I need to level set with you. The title of this video is not clickbait. I also will not be using any cheats, configuration changes, creative mode, or anything else that would potentially break the rules. In this video, I am only using the base All the Mods 10 with just the mods that come with it in version 2.44. Nothing else. We're not adding mods, we're not changing configuration, nothing. And only using the base game, I am able to take 9 All the Mod stars and turn that into well over 10 billion All the Mod stars in under 10 minutes. And on top of all of that, it's not even using some sort of Java glitch or duping glitch or anything. No, it's using actual mechanics for mods that are included in the pack. This strategy right here should substantially change the way that the in-game works in All the Mods 10. Instead of having to get your full 18 All the Mod stars and get all the materials for that so that you can change a Patrick bee into a starry bee and then use the other block to feed that bee and then get all these star shards and create all of these gigantic multi-blocks to take those star shards and turn them into star pieces and then get all of these prisms and all of these enchanted books to create automated All the Mod stars. All you have to do is use a spell from ours and a paradox machine, and you can have as many All the Mod stars as you want. I do have to take 2 seconds to give credit to Direwolf20, who came up with this strategy, who found the method to do this. His video is going to be linked down in the description below. Please go check it out, as it's a fantastic concept. He only went a little ways with this, and I will tell you, I take this to the nth degree. We go absolutely nuts with this in this video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get to it. Also, the reason why I mentioned the version I'm on is because I fully expect that this will get completely patched out of existence very, very quickly after I release this video, because it makes all of the hard work that went into building all of the multi-blocks and all of the recipes for all of that basically obsolete. So if you want to try this, make sure you're on 2.44 or before. Otherwise, it may or may not be that. Before I get too far into today's video, I do need to tell you about the sponsor of the video, which is BerryBite. If you're looking to host a reliable server at a reasonable price, BerryBite is the platform for you. They make setting up a modded Minecraft server as easy as it can possibly be with instant one-click setup. They use super fast Ryzen 9 CPUs and have automatic backups baked into the servers, so you don't even have to go through the process of getting the extra mod and configure it yourself. To make your experience the best it can possibly be, they offer server locations all over the world so that you can have the smallest amount of latency possible, and they offer numerous different CPU and RAM configurations so that you can pick exactly what you need. And if you reach a point where you realize you need more RAM, you can always upgrade. For All the Mods 10 specifically, it's recommended that you have at least 6 gigs of RAM. Now, to put the icing on the cake and make this even more affordable for you, you can use code JohnHall at checkout to save $5 or JohnHall20 to save 20%. Thank you so much, BerryBite. Let's get back to the video. So in order to dupe the All the Mod star blocks, there's really 2 pieces to this. Number 1, we're going to need a paradox machine from the Just Dire Things mod. And number 2, we're going to use ours to get ourselves an animate spell, which will effectively turn our star block into a creature, which the paradox machine can capture and understand what it is. And then we're going to kill it, get our star block back, and then have the paradox machine create another one of those creatures, which we can then kill and get another star block back. Hopefully that doesn't sound too complicated. There are 2 mods that I don't use a lot outside of maybe the Time Crystal and Time Wand, but I'm going to try my best to make this as easy as possible and explain everything I'm doing along the way. So in order to make the animate spell from ours, you're first going to need to set up something very similar to this, where you have an imbuement chamber and 4 arcane platforms or pedestals next to it, so that way you can make what's called conjuration essence. I have this set up automated so that I can go in my AE2 system and say, hey, make me 10 conjuration essence, and it will automatically put the source gems in here and make that for me. You can speed that up a lot, and as you'll see, that conjuration essence comes right back to here. You're gonna need 1 conjuration essence and 3 obsidian. And from there, you're gonna come to your scribes table. Now, I'm assuming you already have this, because if you've made 9 All the Mod stars, then you have had to use the scribes table to make the wither spell from ours. So come into the scribes table, right-click it with your mage book, and it's under tier 2. If you search at the top for animate or look for this little symbol right here, you're looking for animate block. You'll select it. We'll put our conjuration essence down, our 3 obsidian, and it will make that spell for us. For those who don't know, you can use the time wand on this table and it'll speed it up a lot. From there, you have to have at least the 2nd tier spell book from ours in order to make this spell, because it is a tier 2 spell. So hold your spell book. I believe you hit C, and we're going to make this spell right here. You click touch, you click animate block, give it a name, click create, and you're good to go. That should be absolutely everything that you have to do for ours. Second up, we need to look at making ourselves a paradox machine. Now you should probably already have these created as well if you've made your 9 all the mod stars, but for those who don't know, in order to create a paradox machine, you need 4 eclipse alloy, 3 time crystals, a time crystal block, and a time fluid bucket. All of these things are pretty easy to automate through the Just Dire Things mod. For all the time crystals and time fluid, I would highly recommend getting a time B. And if you're looking into how to make these, I did make an entire video on the time wand where I walk through how to set up and automate time crystals. So we're going to make ourselves a paradox machine, and then we're going to create a setup that basically looks like this. We're going to have our wireless connector connected to an ME interface that's going to push time fluid into our paradox machine, keeping it full all the time. My setup is a 5 by 5 square that is 3 blocks tall, and I do that by using these settings right here in the paradox machine. It creates a space that's about this big, and then in order to keep our animated objects from running off, I just encircled it in cobblestone to make it a little easier to keep them there. But once you're at this point, you have your paradox machine set up. Add some power to it by using something like a flux point or an ender gate, and then put a lever next to it. Now, to demonstrate the concept, what I'm going to do is grab a piece of cobblestone. We're going to set this guy in the middle. I'm going to use that spell that we created on the cobblestone. As you can see, cobblestone is now an entity. It gets up, it has feet, it runs around, and inside of the paradox machine, we can click this button right here called Snapshot Area. We click the button and it snapshots the entities that are in this area. Next up, we kill our new entity. You can see that the block drops on the ground. Not only that, but we also now have more cobblestone in our inventory because of looting than we had before. So we break the cobblestone. I think I've got auto smelt on my pick or something like that. That's why it turned into actual stone. And from there, turn the lever on, turn it back off. And we now have our animated block here again that we can kill. We get the loot drops from it from looting, and we get the block back itself. So that's the concept. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to grab some all the mod stars, 9 of them, create an all the mod star block, place it in the center, and use that exact same spell on the block. You'll notice the block is now an animated block. Paradox machine, snapshot area. We're going to kill the animated block, getting both extra blocks and the original block back. Then we're going to come back over to the paradox machine, flip the lever on and off again, and you'll notice we now have another animated block. We do the same thing again, get our 2 extras from our looting, grab this guy again, flip it on, flip it off, over and over again, getting essentially as many all the mod star blocks as we could possibly want. Next up, what I want to do is I want to see if this actually works with all the mod star compressed blocks. So this is a 1x block. Use our animate spell on it. It does. We're going to capture the area, kill the animated block, grab our 2 extras and the original, reanimate it, kill it again, and hopefully by this point you guys see where I'm going with this. I currently have looting 8 on my sword, which inherently is not very difficult to get, but I now have a 2x star block of all the mod stars, which I'm once again going to animate, snapshot area, kill, cycle the power again, and each time I do this, I basically increase the number of stars I have by 3, which means that now I have a 3x block of all the mod stars. And we're gonna do it again where we place it down, we animate it, we're gonna capture the area, and we're going to continue to dramatically increase the number of all the mod stars that we have. Here's a 9x block, and it looks like that is as high as you can go. So we're gonna animate this guy real quick, just for the sake of doing it, right? Snapshot area, take him out, make sure it still works. Yeah, it still works on the 9x block. I'm gonna double check to make sure there's no 10x block. There shouldn't be, and there is not. So that is 9. All the mod star block 9 X's, which to be clear means that I am currently holding 3.4 billion all the mod star blocks right now. That is what we're holding. Hopefully you get how absolutely busted this method is and how it makes all of these multi-blocks effectively obsolete. I just, in under 20 minutes, created 3.4 billion all the mod stars, when a single all the mod star not only costs all of this stuff, but usually takes like 5 to 10 minutes to actually create, even with all of these gigantic multi-blocks being soul surged and everything else like that. Now, as has happened in the past, I fully expect that this will be nerfed after the release of this video. Just know that from version 2.44 and before, you can follow this method to get your all the mod stars to create your creative items. And the only reason I say that I believe this will actually get nerfed is because I think there was a lot of time and effort and thought that went into not just the actual multi-blocks themselves, but the recipes and configurations and how to do all the automation for all of these multi-blocks. And having something that effectively makes that completely obsolete sort of defeats the purpose of all of that effort and work. But if you want to do it, you can. Now, I need you real quickly go down to the comment section and leave me a comment telling me whether you think I actually delivered on the expectations that I set at the beginning of the video. I didn't change any configurations, I didn't use any cheats, I didn't go into creative mode, and I don't feel like I really exploited anything other than the basic functionality of mods that are currently in the mod pack. I want to hear your opinion and thoughts, so let me know. Also, if you're having issues with anything in All the Mods 10 and you want some help, I have a fantastic community in my Discord. Everybody there is so kind and helpful for answering questions. Please feel free to join that and help answer questions or ask some of your own. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget, you're special, and I'll see you guys in the next one.